I got about 5 minutes to spend on kind of wrapping up the season from my perspective. If you could stick around, Andy.
Yeah.
I'll skip the part about you then, because
well, we should probably do that, or Mike, mute your Hernandez, mute your radio now.
No. Unless something dramatic happens in the transfer window, I'm assuming this is going to be probably our last full pod that we put out until I'm in your home in Denver in 6 weeks, right before the Arsenal summer tour.
To say, not until the. I don't know, Mike.
We'll see. I mean, if something comes up,
in doing if
it just depends on how much donations we get.
Like I told you last night, I'm not gonna say he's not a player, but I'm not gonna say he's not a player.
Oh well, that one will do. If we're gonna do that one will do, Daddy. So yeah, it just depends on how many donations we get. But I wanted to say first, when you texted me in August 2016, like we had just met 2 weeks earlier, and you're like, I got to do this Arsenal podcast.
I think we met longer than that. It was just more of a not physical met. We were banter online for quite a time. Because, maybe. I like what you're saying.
But you're like, I want to do this Arsenal podcast, and I think you'd be a good co-host for it. And I think I told you it would be a ridiculous idea. Then I said, all right, I'll do it as long as you write the whole thing every week and just come to me for my opinions, and I'll just act like a jackass. And I mean, 3 weeks later, I'm obsessing over it 10 hours a week trying to make sure that I'm prepared. But, the point is I was honored that you thought I'd be good for it. I didn't think anyone would ever listen to us. But, I'm up for giving anything a try other than receiving anal from Ola. But, we did some ridiculously laughable shows early on, but it was fun. We listened to good advice. So we kind of pulled back on the guests so we could build up a little chemistry and kind of grew from there. So, now that we're done with 3 seasons, I can honestly tell you it's the most fun I've had doing anything anywhere in my life currently, period. And, it's a great mix with my fandom of Arsenal because it keeps me laughing, keeps me grounded, sane from an Arsenal perspective. And, I had no vision of the people that we would meet and become friends with and be able to talk to. Just never saw it coming. So I don't know, getting back to the whole money thing, I don't know if we do this for another 10 years, if we get to the point where, it starts generating some money from somebody other than, our listeners having to just pay money to listen to us, other than just covering our expenses. I can't promise that'll never be the case, but the last reason that you and I do this, and the last reason anybody should do this, is for the money. Any money we've ever asked for anybody has been for charitable donations to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and we hope that will continue. And if we can use exposure to do good for people that way, then this hobby of ours will make the world a better place. At the same time that all of our dick jokes and stupidity make the world a grosser place. So, I just wanted to thank you for bringing me along on this ride, and I'm looking forward to next summer. Now it's your turn. Go.
Well, we're being super gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, you don't have to say anything. I just wanted to get that out there before we go on break. This has been
podcast husband and wife here. We this season was fun, Mike. It was different than last year because last year there was a lot of frustration before we potted. I mean, that I hated doing it because it was just like rinse and repeat. But you put up with a lot of my shit, and I appreciate that. And I want to thank you because you are always time zone-wise later or earlier than me, and you work through what I have as lunch and you have as your work day, and I appreciate it. And we've got some really exciting stuff on the horizon with this summer, and we potentially might be able to ask Stan Kroenke the questions that people want.
That literally might happen, but David Ziegler just shut up and said, "This sounds like Mike wrote his own vows." I kind of felt like that when I was jotting down my notes, but
hey, David, don't go back and listen to any of this podcast. Thanks a lot, buddy.
There's two other entities that I want to, other than the entity of Andy Rhodes.
But Mike, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm super excited for season 4. I think that we've got some fun stuff on the horizon. As always, I wouldn't have done this with anyone else. We are yin and yang, I think, for this, with our personalities and how we, you do one part and I do the other, and the amount of work you put in outside of this is just unparalleled. You book people. He even tried to get Jamie Foxx people. He literally tried to get Jamie Foxx.
I've tried to get. Here's who I haven't been able to get. Like I was politely declined for Jamie Foxx. Who's the guy that wrote Fever Pitch? Nick Hornby. And there was one other person. And then by the same token, when I fully expected to be turned down, you end up with John Burkow and Alan Smith and all this stuff. And that's what I wanted to get to next. The guests this season have been outstanding. One of the things that I think we did stumble into that makes us a little different than a lot of the other podcasts is we try to bring on like a hugely wide variety of guests so that we make the show as much about the guests as it is about Arsenal. And
listen, like to the guests, the people who listen to us every week, thank you. If you guys want to come on, the only issue Mike and I have is we've done it in the past where we've brought people on and they have been terrible. But if you're, hey, I want
terrible people.
No, not terrible people. There's terrible guests. Like, so if you want to come on, like, reach out to us. We're not going to say no. It's all about.
Andy invites 10 people on the podcast every week on Twitter, and then I have to I have to figure out how to not make him look like an asshole. But I mean, the guests. If you haven't been listening to the whole season, we've had a variety of people on. Go back and check out our channel. But I mean, we've had Arsenal players and legends like Alan Smith, who joined us twice this season. Kevin Campbell. We've had well-known TV and print folks like Gab Marcotti, Leif Youssef. ESPN's Matthias Karen, Harry Pratt, Phil Shane, Arsblog, Gunner Blog, the well-known Tom Canton from TheaterLeague.com. We did try to get Kevin Campbell on once and failed, and then we got him on another time. But he is our mate actually, and I'm not bragging.
I think he was solid every time we asked.
Yeah. Oh, the guy's the fantastic. We had the friggin' Speaker of the House of Commons, John Burkow, on earlier this season. That was a trip. And then, some of the best shows, the most enjoyable ones are the ones where we just have our mates and other podcasters and people that we've met through the podcast on, like Chig and Craig and Judges, Danny, Jay, Schoonerholic, Gav, Jeff Arsenal, John Welsh, Ola, Harry Simeo, Sean Swaby from Bleacher Report, the Dossier brothers, Drew and Canton, Fredo, Ziggy, Sebi, Brandon, your toffee cousin Sam, Lewis, Nate, Jerby. We had the football gerbil on almost every podcast this season without you knowing it. Justin, and of course, Joey Murphy. So thank you to the guests who come on with us and make it fun. And we got some very interesting names and people that we're going to chat to next season. And last, but most importantly, huge thanks to the people that Tom Canton likes to call fans, but we call users. We don't have multiple thousands of users. We don't have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people watching and listening every week like some channels do. But we have more than we ever expected to have. We have quality, not quantity, when it comes to the people who watch. And I've become good friends, like I was saying about Mike, in person, online, with so many of the people that that are in this room right now in the chat. We couldn't and wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for you guys and girls that listen. So, if the way to get to 10,000 subscribers and listeners is to suckle off a media giant, be negative and confrontational, and attract like 80% of your followers from the Generation Z YouTube generation, then count us out from that, man. We're not here for that. But our users are just, as a whole, the wittiest, the funniest, most amusing, quality people, Arsenal-wise, of any content provider out there. So we just thank you for listening, interacting, joining us in chats when you can, sending in user questions. We try to read every single one.
Signing us up for mailing lists on church and Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints bullshit and places to visit in the United States. Thank you for signing us up for those. That's really appreciated.
Yeah, and it's just fun. So thank you for that. I'm gonna go cry now and look forward to the next season. But folks, it's been fun, Andy. I will talk to you shortly. The
moment you hang up this pod.
Yeah, Dave, we're not going to rebrand as AFTV USA anytime soon. And Fly, I'll give you a website where you can give us the 200 quid donations, baby. Thank you. So with that, we're gonna pretend we're gonna sign off and just move our computers up and then talk about you guys in the completely opposite way. But no, seriously, for one last time this season, come on, you Gooners.